Hi guys, welcome back to the Heel Project. We are here for football. It's football talk.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know about this, lads. Don't know about this. But we are joined with our mate Phil from OffTheLine. So please go and make sure you check them out. I will say that now because I always forget. I am crap at shouting out our guests. But yeah, Phil does lots of football. Check him out. He'll have his link to his YouTube and his Twitch. So make sure you go and check him out. He's also part of our Discord now. We share a Discord. So come find us on Discord. Our link is also in the description for that. Right.
Awesome.
Premier League has started in 9 minutes. 9 minutes the Premier League starts.
I will not have the game
Spoilers
up on the screen.
of when I've given it up. When we're doing this, but 9 minutes the season starts. So we are here to do our predictions before we get too far in. I thought about maybe doing it at the end of the window, but maybe at the end of the transfer window we could do like a ranking system, like me and Pete once did, ranking the old transfers from everybody. But yeah, we are here. We are going to be ranking. Well, we're going to be predicting. Sorry, the league table, top scorers, people with the most clean sheets, most goals, teams most goal scores, least goals conceded for their whole team, player of the season, young player of the season, and the breakout star. So the person that's going to have their breakout to become onto the sort of the big stage, as it were. So we will start at the bottom, at the very, very bottom, very, very bottom. Boys, who have you got in 20th place in your Premier League table, 2022-2023 season?
Pete, do you want to go first?
I feel bad. I've got Fulham.
I've
got Fulham! Hey! Sorry, Fulham.
It's a surprise.
Sorry, Fulham.
Yeah,
And I can guarantee that we've all got 19th the same as well, because...
no.
Oh.
Maybe.
Oh, okay. In 19th, I will go first. I have Bournemouth.
Yeah, I've got Bournemouth as well.
I've gone Forest.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay.
If you've got Forest in 19th, who have you got in 18th, Pete? You haven't surely got all of them going down.
No.
You haven't. Okay.
No.
Who have you got in 18th?
And I think they got very, very, very lucky last year.
Oh, there's
And
two
I'm gonna go with-
that this could
I'm
be.
going to go with Everton.
Oh, that was one I thought it could be.
Lost their star player. I think they're going to go.
Their transfers so far haven't been very exciting, have they? Have they signed?
They've
signed bugger all,
apparently
really?
problem with money there at the minute, and now they've lost Richarlison. So I think they're
got
gone.
a couple of Burnley players, probably the better Burnley players.
Yeah, Tarkowski
Yeah.
and
I don't think they're going to save you
McNeil.
for the prep. I don't think they're going to save you.
But I mean, they got Burnley relegated, so signing them, I don't know. Is that not a bad omen? You know, we had what's his face? Leroy Fer played 3 seasons and got relegated 3 times, didn't he, in the Prem for 3 different teams?
Yeah.
So in at 18th, then who have you got then, Phil?
I've got Forest actually.
You've got Forest. Okay, so
You've got all
you've
three
got
of them.
you've got all 3.
to go down.
Wow.
Yeah.
In 18th, Phil will be pleased with this one. I have Leeds United because
Ooh.
they've lost Calvin Phillips and they've lost Rafinha, and they've bought no one of those levels to replace them. They're not going to be strong enough. They've lost such a key. I think they've lost a hell of a lot more than Everton have done, losing Richarlison, in them losing Calvin Phillips. Like he is pivotal to that team. I'm not very hopeful for them. I can't see them staying. But it is what it is. Who have you got avoiding the drop then? Just
Who we go with?
17th. I'll go first. I got Forest. So mine were close. Forest was there. I got him in 17th.
I was like that, to be fair, but I went with Brentford.
Brentford?
I've got Bournemouth just to escape it.
Okay then, Pete. Yeah, I get that. In 16th.
In 16th, Phil will be very happy because I've got
Leeds there.
Leeds.
Okay, so we're
scraping
about the
it.
same ballpark. There's been no like
No,
so
I've
far.
got Leeds just scraping it.
I have a feeling that Leeds can turn into a bit of a Wolves. Not massive stars. Bit difficult to play against.
The only difference is with Wolves. Wolves spent a lot of money when they were in the Championship, which made it easier for them to cement their place when they came back up. To be fair to them, So yeah, I had Everton in 16th. And then in 15th, I had a team that I'm a bit concerned about. Leicester City. 15th. I'm worried for them. They've signed nobody new. I'm not convinced that they're going to keep hold of the likes of Tielemans. Vardy's getting on.
Vardy's been.
Schmeichel's gone. They've got no keeper. And I think what Rodgers is saying, he's sticking with Ward and Iverson, is it? It's competing for the season.
A lot of clubs, from what I hear, rumoured around to be looking around Vardy to help solve a number 9 problem.
Wow.
Fofana's rumoured to be.
Fofana's another one.
Yeah.
I'm concerned for Leicester. They haven't got any money. Yeah, 15th place I've got them. So quite a big drop compared to when they happened recently. Who have you got in 15th?
I've gone Brentford in 15th.
Brentford, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be thereabouts.
And you've got who?
I've gone Southampton.
Oh, okay, so yeah, I mean, and I'll be honest, yeah, my next two were Brentford and Southampton in that order, so.
Well, I was about to say, 14th, I went and put Leicester in there because of the same reason.
We're all very similar.
Losing a lot.
Phil?
I think they're losing
a lot. Who'd you have in 14th?
I've actually been a little bit kinder to Leicester, to be fair, but we'll come to that one. So I've then gone for Villa.
Oh, okay.
I said this when me and Bob did ours. I could even see Gerrard getting sacked. It just depends on how they start the season for me, but I don't think they've got enough. Obviously, Coutinho is going to be a big part of it as well, but I don't think they've got enough.
Okay.
To get higher in the mid-table. I don't know, but we'll see.
Okay, and all right, yeah, okay. I mean, I'm not surprised because I was saying anything from sort of 8th, maybe 9th, down to 20th. To be fair, there isn't a lot between them. Yeah. There is not a lot between them.
No,
there isn't.
So, obviously, I said I had Southampton in 13th. What do we got?
I've got Brighton in 13th.
Yeah.
Just put them in there. This is going to be that mix of there's a group of teams that are just going to be not pushing for any position, Europe or anything, and not relegation, but yeah, just a mid-table.
Okay.
So I put Wolves there.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we're just doing it. It's just over and over again. Very close. There isn't a lot between these teams. There is not a lot. In 12th place, I had Wolves, Phil. So, yeah.
Right.
We're very close.
This is where I put Everton.
Is it? See, that's the one that I'm surprised at. Obviously, Pete's got them going down, and I've got them down in 16th. I am surprised they're that high up. Yeah.
He's not a bad manager. You might get them playing together. They might. I've used Wolves as a comparison before, but
I don't think he's a very good manager at all. But there we are.
Might be hard to beat.
I think the one place he really impressed was Derby with a lot of money behind him and a lot of Chelsea loanies.
Yeah.
That's contacts, and he hasn't been using he hasn't got his contacts to be able to use to move them across. So I don't know. I think it's showing. Pete, have you got in 12th then?
In 12th, I've got Southampton.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. One off of me. One off of me.
There or thereabouts.
Yeah. 11th.
A couple of shockers coming up.
11th. I wouldn't be surprised if we've got the same teams here. The exact same team. I got Palace in 11th.
I've got Palace in 11th.
Yeah.
I've got Brighton.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough.
This is where I think a few of mine might be a bit.
There, I've noticed that we're sort of looking around the same sort of 8 at the top, though. Here, we're looking at the same sort of 8. It's just as you'd expect. So obviously the big 6 plus the other 2. In 10th, I had Brighton. Phil, I had Brighton there.
Palace there,
and you had Palace there. So other way around.
Pete, I've got Wolves in 10th.
Okay, you were
I think the big thing with this is there's a rumour I know that Cody's being looked at, and I think he's pivotal to staying up. Wolves keeping that spot there.
Who's Cody being looked at by?
Everton. And they're letting him go there apparently.
I don't even think that's a sideways step. I think that is a backward step for me.
It is. Yeah, but Conor Cody's being looked at Everton.
All right,
I'm quite shocked.
That's a weird one. Did we have everyone's 10th there? Yeah, because you had Palace there, didn't you? And you've had.
I've had Wolves.
Okay. 9th. I got a feeling me and Peter got the same 9th because neither of us have said them.
Villa.
I got Villa 9th. Yeah.
I've got Villa 9th.
Yeah. Phil.
Leicester.
Okay, you got Leicester here. So this is where. I worry. But I mean, as Roy Keane said, he'd rather have Dewsbury Hall than Kovacic. So maybe they'll be fine.
The thing is, I think with Villa,
fucking lunatic, absolute fucking lunatic.
last season, Ollie Watkins had a very quiet season. I think you're going to see him work well with Coutinho this year. I think that'd be a big boost.
Yeah. I mean, there's a one thing that's gonna affect this whole mid-table thing, and that is where we've all put Brentford a bit lower because they haven't got Eriksen.
Yeah,
and that's going to affect I think that is going to affect a lot of the rest of the table now. That these teams like Villa or maybe even Leicester have still got the chance to sort of be up there because you haven't got that Eriksen factor at Brentford. I think
that's what
I was
quite shocked. I was quite shocked. Someone like who did I say was going to go? I think it was. I can't remember. It was Man United midfield. One of your midfielders got released. Quite an old midfielder. No, ex-Chelsea.
Mata.
I really thought Brentford should have gone with someone like Mata to replace Eriksen.
To be honest, mate, the fact that Newcastle haven't gone for the people like J-Lings, the people like Mata, Bale, it's bizarre to me. They want to get a better team. They've got the money behind them. They don't have to pay a transfer fee, so they don't. Their financial fair play gets spread across more seasons. I'm like,
we'll get on to Newcastle, but I think they've done a bit of an Arsenal. They're just going to see how they stable out a bit, and then once the manager starts proving himself there, then they'll spend a bit of money.
He's just signed a long-term deal, hasn't
he? I think they're just starting to see that, So I think maybe we'll get to them, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, shall we probably get to them right now? I went out of focus then. Right now. Newcastle, 8th? Have we got them there, boys?
I've got West Ham 8th.
Have you? Wow. I've and obviously I'm assuming Phil's got West Ham 7th, same as me.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, for me that's quite a close one. West Ham, the only thing that I could see them maybe being in 8th is because they've still got European competition this season. They have got Euros. What they got? Europa League?
Or Man United. Who? West Ham?
Or have they got conference?
West Ham's got the conference.
Man United just nicked that spot, didn't they?
Yeah. Don't you moan, mate. You could have been conference. You'd have been doing Thursday nights as well, but going to literally the back fuck of nowhere. Some of the teams that are in that competition is ridiculous.
And you know what? We all laughed at it when it all got reformed from the UEFA Cup, but it's actually a good competition. I don't mind it.
Yeah,
it's a good one to win.
It's just the fact it's on a Thursday night that makes it just a bit awkward. But yeah, West Ham, Newcastle, for me, there's not a lot in it for them.
No.
Like, West Ham have probably the better standard of players. But, I mean, we're at 5th of August. Still a month left for the win. No. When does the window shut? They don't shut at the end of September anymore, at the start of September, do they?
I think it's all gone to change this season because of the World Cup, hasn't it?
Probably should know this. When does the Premier League...
Make sure this bit stays in.
I will. Transfer window shut. Oh no, it is 1st of September. Yeah. Wonderful.
That's why I put West Ham at 8th, and that's why I put Newcastle at 7th, because I don't think they're done spending.
I mean, for Newcastle's sake, I hope so, because I've got a little bit of a soft spot for Newcastle. I've always quite liked them. They're my wife's team as well, so yeah. I know, mad.
Yeah. I had Newcastle at 7th.
Right. This is where friendships are formed or broken. Phil? Sorry. I'm sorry. 6th place!
I have United at 6th.
I have got United at 6th, Phil.
I've got United at 6th. I feel really bad. I've got United at 6th.
Out of all the top 6, they're the least stable club, and that is the exact reason why they're 6th. And Phil can't argue with that fact. They are the least stable out of the big 6 right now.
I really didn't want to. Phil, like I said, last time we done these predictions, I predicted United to beat Liverpool in the league, and they did. Yeah, I've put United at 6th.
So, for me, Ten Hag will do a better job.
I think it's a rebuild.
Yeah, it's going to take more than one season. Sorry, mate.
Just one place better.
I think
it's a long-term thing, and I think this is what United fans need to start looking at, is that it needs to be not something that's going to happen this season. It needs to be something that's going to be happening maybe the season after or the season after that for sort of top of the table sort of position. But in my opinion, Ronaldo needs to be gone. He should have been gone a few weeks ago. The second that he said he wanted to go, I'd have been going, yeah. Anybody want to buy Ronaldo? Take him.
If this striker situation was sorted out,
let him go.
If the striker situation was sorted out, I'm thinking another place or two above.
Well,
but at the minute, it's still so up in the air, and no one really knows yet.
This is it. You have a player like Ronaldo, and he leaves on a free. It doesn't matter that he hasn't got a transfer fee. His wages are cleared up for 2 other players to be signed. That's it, and he could have easily got 2 other strikers. That is my concern. For your sake, Phil, no other Man United fans I care about. Sorry, Bob. I hope that Ronaldo actually sorts himself and plays like he should do.
I don't think he'll be there. I don't think many Man United fans want him there at the minute.
You got it. I was at the friendly game against Rayo Vallecano, and he got a good reception, but he didn't look like he wanted to be there.
He didn't. I've seen a few things where he was Ten Hag was giving him instructions, and he just looked like a fucking spoilt brat. I know this. Fuck off. Like, whoa, you might be one of the best players of all time. Respect your fucking manager, though.
Phil's now scrubbing out his league table, and Liverpool have now been moved down.
Yeah. Phil, though, drum roll. Who have you got 6th?
Basically says United.
Huh?
Chelsea.
What? What?
Ooh.
Yeah, okay, their transfer window has been all over the shop. They've lost every player that they've gone for. They've gone to Barcelona, but really?
I think Sterling's going to do well there.
And I think it's only... He might do, but I think it's only... I've based it off the performance of a couple of other teams, I think.
Okay.
So, yeah. But I just...
Okay.
Not sure on Tuchel. Not sure.
Well, I've got
to admit, on Thomas Tuchel. The fact that he got to a Champions League final with PSG and then got to the same got a Champions League season the following season and won the bastard thing.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, but he's not done that in the Prem, has he?
Well, no, because he can't do the Champions League in the Prem. No, but I mean, in all fairness to him, he's up against two of the best teams that we've seen in the Premier League history. You know, it's hard.
But I also think that teams that I've put above him have recruited better.
Okay. Yeah. So who have you got in 5th then?
So in 5th, I have Arsenal.
Oh, he's really backing his team. Arsenal, wow. That's not where I have Arsenal.
No, I've got to admit, I only put United in 6th because the team in 5th, I think, have signed some okay players, and that's Tottenham.
Yeah, but that's it though, isn't it? They're okay. They're not any better than okay.
No.
So
you signed a striker, a mega money striker that's not going to be a starter for you. He's a backup.
I don't think he's going to play. I think they'll stick him out on the right wing most of the time.
Yeah.
You'll end up with Richarlison. Lucas will play a bit less. You'll end up with Richarlison and Son either side of Kane. It's probably
There's still mistakes at the back, so that's the only reason I've just put them above United. They've made a couple of decent signings.
Yeah, I got Tottenham 5th. I think they're gonna. I don't know. It's the Conte effect. So I've got something in a prediction later on that here's the Conte effect. But at the same time, that me and Pete did one before where we said what's going to be your like one random prediction, and mine's always been a manager leaving, which was Mourinho on the last one. I fucking called it right. Conte is the one that is going to leave this season, but my later predictions don't suggest that. But if he does, then I think they'll get 5th. If he stays, I don't think they'll get 4th. They're not quite good enough.
Nope.
4th place then.
I think my 4th might shock a couple of people.
So Phil's got United in 4th. In 4th United, yeah. I was going to say you're not brave enough to put them 3rd.
I've got a feeling on the one that me and Bob did, I did put United 3rd.
Wow, that's brave. That's back your team.
Blind loyalty in it. Let's be honest. But I think Ten Hag will drag them in the Champions League places again. I do. I
think he will. I'm just not convinced it'll be this season.
I keep coming back to the fact that they were 2nd in the league a couple of seasons ago. There's enough of a team there. They just need someone that's got a set of balls to get rid of the nonsense.
Yeah.
And just drag him there, and then build on from there.
I like your new whatchamacallit, the Woodward, but it's not Woodward because he's left. I like your new guy. What's his name?
Richard Arnold.
Is that his name? Yeah, he seems a lot more down to earth, a lot more.
Arnold and John Murter as well, isn't there?
They seem a lot. I don't know. You seem a lot more organised up there, which is nice. Yeah. So go on, Pete. Who have you got in fourth?
I've got Chelsea.
So have I. We've got the exact same top six that I know we have now. For fuck's sake. Yeah, I've got Chelsea. I've got Chelsea sixth as well.
Yeah.
Wow, that was actually
I'm really shocked at that. I'm really shocked.
Yeah. So I got Chelsea sixth. The lack of signings that they've missed out, or the amount of signings they've missed out on, is enough that I put them fourth.
I think they've done well with Sterling, but I can still see there's going to be gaps there. Even
the fact that Ronaldo hasn't come to them, and they were linked really heavily with him for a few days, weren't they?
And I think the big thing for Chelsea is they're changed a bit because they're going to start playing wing backs and 3 centre backs. You're going to have
Sterling playing on the right wing back.
Yeah, no, you're going to have Sterling playing in front of.
I think Sterling will be a starting striker.
Do you?
Who else is going to start there at the minute? Broha? Who?
He scored goals for City.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But who else is going to start? Who else is going to start striker for them? Broha? That's the only sort of recognised one. Werner's gone or going. Lukaku's already gone.
Is Werner going?
Werner's going. He'll either end up at Leipzig, or I'd like to see him have a crack at Newcastle taking him on. To be honest, I think he'd do really well.
I'd love to see United have a go with him.
I think he's a cracking player. I think he
needs to prove it, and he's not going to do it at Chelsea now. His head's dropped at Chelsea.
He's one of those that he was far too good for Leipzig to then come to the Prem and not be able to cut it. Like he was like that level above pretty much the rest of the Bundesliga. Like he was getting sort of to where Haaland was of that ability. Like you could see, like he was that much of a standout in the Bundesliga. Yeah, okay, it's a bit of a farmers' league with some of the teams in there. Their budgets are quite different between the sort of top 4 or 5 than they are for sort of the teams in 18th or whatever their bottom league is. But
I'd think he'd thrive at somewhere like United with the supply that he would get from Sancho and people like that. I think he'd thrive there.
Honestly, if I was a United fan, I'd take Werner and another striker and get rid of Ronaldo.
Yeah,
genuinely,
100%. Even Werner and someone like Ivan Toney, just in case.
So you got United in your 4, Phil. Yeah. So who does that make you in 3rd?
Think about it.
Tottenham. Yeah. Okay, Tottenham. I was going to say I haven't got Liverpool with there, and I was like,
so he's had a full pre-season with him. He's had time to embed what it is that he wants them to do. I rate the signings that they've made. Even the Perisic one. He knows
Perisic is a good free transfer. Don't get me wrong.
You've still got Kane. You've still got Son. I do. I think I rate Conte as a manager more than I rate Tuchel. I think he's got that better Premier League experience. He's won the Premier League. He knows what it takes. So that's kind of why I did it. Really, they were never going to get into the top 2, but I think they do have enough to get top 3.
Okay. Well, it's the thing with Conte, and he's always been a masterclass of the sort of we aren't going to score many, but neither are you.
Yep.
And he's always been pretty good at that. So hopefully, the fact that he's got Kane, Richarlison, and Son, and even Lucas. Lucas is still there, isn't he? Said Lucas' name a couple of times now. I think he's still there.
I think he's still there.
Kulikevsky or whatever his name is. They could all get goals. It's like, yeah. I mean, it's fair. I don't think it's out of the realms possibly Tottenham finished in 3rd. So, Pete, why did you put Arsenal 3rd?
They're not there.
You fucking bad.
It is. Arsenal fan. I reckon this is going to be the year. They've got a number 9 there now. Someone that wants to play.
Good signing that.
Great signing. I so wish we signed him.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be the year you're going to see Saka really shine. Really, really shine. And it will keep him up there. He will re-sign the new contract because they're going to get Champions League. I think they're looking stronger. And Arsenal have been doing something really clever. They've not thrown money into Arsenal over the last few years. It's only been they've watched Arteta, they've seen how he plays, and he's slowly improved. And I think now they've started to throw money at him. It's make or break. If he doesn't do it this year, get 3rd spot and get Champions League, he's going to be gone.
Oh yeah.
They've invested too much.
Yeah, I agree. There's no other way.
Yeah, And I think they're looking okay now. You've got Ben White, people like that stepping up. They spent big money on. And I think now he's been with them a few months. He's starting to play. Ramsdale's looking quite good. You've got Saliba back as well, which is a big one for me.
Wow, I'm looking forward to seeing where he sticks Zinchenko into his squad, to be fair.
Yeah, Zinchenko's a major
He'll play
signing for
anywhere.
them.
So
I think Arsenal are looking very, very good with their signings.
Well, the point is with Arsenal so far, and pretty much everyone, maybe one or two that they've been heavily linked with, they've got.
Yeah.
Which is the big step. It's just what the difference is between them and Chelsea, in my opinion. Why I put Chelsea fourth and them third. They've got the players they wanted. They've recruited the exact players that they were linked with. And, I mean, that's all you can ask for. That's the perfect window in their eyes, you know?
Yep.
Right. I'm fairly sure we're going to have the same second and first. I'm fairly sure. So in second place, I've got Liverpool. I just have. Phil? He hasn't put Liverpool first, not a chance.
In second place, I've got City.
You're a fucking donut.
No. For the simple reason is I've changed my mind so much for this. The one thing that keeps on nagging at me, Haaland, amazing player. City have got to keep him fit and injury free for a whole season.
No, they don't.
They've got to keep him.
No, they don't.
I'll
tell you for why
his injuries are worrying me.
There is two players. One that is more of a midfielder, but he will play as a striker and will do a fucking brilliant job for them. But Julian Alvarez and Cole Palmer are going to be some fucking outstanding players for City this year. As long as Palmer doesn't get loaned out. And Alvarez, you're going to see something special from that boy. You're going to see something special. How the fuck they got him and no one else even was linked with him. That's the difference, in my opinion. That everyone's talking that if they lose Haaland, they're screwed.
I think it's one of those. Even if Haaland doesn't perform well, they're not going to drop him. They're just going to stick with it.
Yeah,
Pep's
but
always
the fact that
with Grealish and Palmer, he's let them rest, but he's let them try and push in. Haaland, then he's not going to have a choice. Haaland's going to be playing no matter what.
So he should be. And so he should be. He's one of the best strikers in the world. He's top three strikers in the world right now.
Yeah,
but the fact is, Alvarez, Palmer, anybody else that plays up front, they can either play what they do with Pep's system. This is what I like about City. They can either play Pep's system last season, which is the false nine, or they play the new system when Haaland's fit, which is the forward. And I think
this is.
Don't forget, Mahrez was their top goal scorer last season.
Yeah. This is also the thing
not Sterling.
That concerns me. They struggled. They played so long without a number 9. It's the full adapter now. You're going to play with a number 9, and I think he's going to be amazing. But I think it's going to take a bit of time for that whole team to completely adapt the way they play. It's going to be a complete adaptation for him.
I'm not convinced. So you've got. So who have you got in that midfield? Gundogan plays in a German team. Quite often play with an out-and-out striker. De Bruyne plays with Lukaku. Plays very well in that team. You've got Spain. They quite often play with a false 9. In all fairness, Bernardo Silva, another one with an actual out-and-out striker. They'll be fine, mate. World-class players. That's my opinion. Go on, then, Phil. We'll let you talk.
I think we'll nick it.
Thought about this, you two, way too hard.
No, I know ball. I know ball.
What I'm going to say to you now probably will not surprise you. You know I'm a crazy football fan. You know I'm a crazy United fan.
He's got the bet.
I basically based my top 2 on past events as a United fan. Right? Okay? So United won the title 93, 94. Right? Didn't win it in 95. Won it in 96. Won it in 97. Didn't win it in 98. Won it in 99. All that kind of mumbo jumbo. Yeah. It's all that. City aren't winning it 3 years on the bounce. Liverpool were that close, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna do it. They'll win the league this season.
This is another thing I thought of.
Please subscribe to Off the Line because they might not want to now, but please just go and do it. Please go and subscribe to Phil.
I'm serious.
I know! That's the worrying bit.
Throughout the Prem, it happens when teams come that close, when it's that close, it's so hard to win it 3 times on the bounce. Now, what if they won it now? Is it 4 times in the last 5 years, 6 years, something like that? It's hard to do, and it's certainly harder to do with this Liverpool team as well. You talk about the aging front three and all that kind of rubbish. I'm not buying it. New system, incorporating Nunes, I'm not buying it. They'll be just as good. Just as good.
Oh, I didn't say. I haven't said. To be fair, I haven't once said that we won't be bad. I've just said that Man City will be that level ahead.
I think we're actually going to be better front three this year.
Potentially, Pete.
I think a lot. Again, a lot of people do Firmino quite a lot of disservice. To be fair,
no,
and Jota, to be fair, actually,
I'm actually surprised Firmino's still there. Actually, I thought he might.
Firmino's a very. The thing is, Firmino is the best player in the world at what he does. Like, there is nobody else that does what Firmino does. The fact that he can just appear anywhere, and he can be a cam, he can be the striker, he can be whatever in that pivotal point. But you don't know where he is, and he's always. If you notice, a lot of our goals in the last few seasons, he might not have had that assist, but his touch was the key one to get that sort of ball into just that right place at the right time. And Firmino's fucking brilliant at that. If I was Newcastle, I would be going out and spending all the money in the world to make sure that they get him, not Juventus, which is where he looks like he might be going.
I think we've just added a whole new dimension to our game at Liverpool. Because where Firmino would sit just behind Mane and Salah, and he'll be that little link between the two, we can have that with Diaz, we can have that with Salah and Firmino sit behind. But now with Darwin in there, we've got that striker that can play in front of those as well. And I think we've just added a whole new dimension that we've got a number 9 now, where we didn't have an out number 9.
For me, I think you rule that out for the title picture, the whole number 9 thing, because both City and Liverpool have done the exact same thing. They'll both adapt to it. They're both fucking got world-class players. It's just going to come down to everything else. The managing of all the competitions, getting the wins just when you need to. Okay, we've been pretty good at it last few years, but Man City are just that little bit better at it, and they always probably are going to be whilst we got Klopp and Guardiola. Klopp's better than Guardiola in a head-to-head. His stats show that. Long-term, 38 games. And I think Klopp, to be honest, is a better cup manager than Guardiola. But Guardiola across 38 games has us every time. Well, one season.
I think for me, it's in my mind, it's just a massive compliment of just how good these two teams are. That you have to, for me, you have to look at silly little things like that.
Yeah.
Because it's silly little things like that that will genuinely split them.
Yeah.
Because they can't do it any other way. Because they're both as good as one another.
Yeah.
And nobody can argue that. The loyalist of United fan can't argue the fact that these teams are both as good as one another. You just can't.
Well, that's it. I think if anyone put Liverpool or Man City outside of their top 2 for the season,
then
would be just wrong. Just
that's the thing.
A deluded fan of whoever it is.
Yeah.
You can look at both teams. There's not a weak link in there.
There isn't.
No, but
I don't see there is a weak link.
Okay, there is weak points in depth, but in terms
actually
of starting 11,
there's not a weak point in either of those.
I agree.
Like United used to start slow. That was their sort of like weak point back in the 90s and the 2000s. They always started the season slow, but so what?
But City have started doing that as well, if you notice as well.
But what happens?
Yeah, and they win it. That's what I'm saying. They find that way, which is why I've watched United do it for years under Fergie, and it is very, very similar in some styles. The fact that they get that win when they have to. Liverpool would do it 9 times out of 10. Man City do it 10 times out of 10. That's the difference. I think will be.
You dip mid-season.
Yeah, well, funnily enough, we didn't dip mid-season last season,
even
though we had Salah and Mane and Keita out because of African Cup of Nations, which was weird. We all expected Liverpool to be nowhere near because of the thing. It made no fucking difference in the end. But there it is. I mean, I am surprised. Thank you, Phil, as a Liverpool fan. Thank you for putting us top over Man City. I appreciate it. I think you're both wrong, but we'll see. We'll see come end of season. Right, we have one more thing to go with. We'll do it in the order that I got it. Why not? So, who is your top goal scorers? Individual got top goal scorers.
Son.
Heung-min Son.
Ooh.
Okay.
I've gone for someone who I think's gonna. He's underachieved because of the position he was put in every year. I'm going to go Jesus.
Yeah,
I'm going to go Jesus at Arsenal.
So
he's going to be the number one.
I've got a prediction as well for this. Jesus will be the top goal scorer for Arsenal and will be at Real Madrid the following season. That's my prediction. I'm going to make it now. I'm going to make one now. You don't have to make ones, but that is my prediction that Jesus will be top goal scorer for Arsenal and at Real Madrid the following season, and he will be the longer term replacement for Benzema.
The only reason I've gone for that is you've got all the top clubs. You've got Chelsea. There's going to be multiple goal scorers. Tottenham, multiple goal scorers. Arsenal, you're going to get Saka and that pick up the odd goal, Martinelli, but the main man there is going to be Jesus. He's a finisher, and he's been overlooked so many times at City.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I mean, yeah, I'm not surprised that me and Peter got the same based on our table. Who have you got as which team's going to score the most goals?
It's going to be Liverpool.
I think it's going to be Liverpool. Despite them not winning the league.
I think Liverpool will score the most.
I've gone City.
Interesting. Yeah. There's not a lot you can say about those ones. It's just interesting to see where... Just something else.
I think anyone else would have been crazy.
Yeah, it probably would be. Who have you got as the least goals conceded, though? Because mine's a bit different.
No, I've gone for Liverpool again.
Have you?
Yeah.
God, you must have us absolutely winning the league by like 10, 15 points here, Pete.
No. I just think we're tight at the back, and we're not going to. I don't think we're going to get any massive mental scoring games.
Okay.
But I think we're going to be a lot tighter at the back.
I reckon me and Phil might have the same here.
I've got a feeling we've got the same.
Who's your least concedes?
Tottenham.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Tottenham seem weak at the back for me.
Even though I've got them down in fifth, this is where it's going to be. They're going to be involved. So I agree. Sun might actually still be up there, but they're not going to be involved in the 3-4-0 games. They'll be involved in the 1-0s, 1-1-alls, 2-1s. They'll be very low scoring games. So I've got least teams conceded.
Yeah.
Pete, you've just got Liverpool dominating. I love it, but I don't love it at the same time. I think you're wrong, but I love it. In which case, I will say, who has got your most clean sheets? So mine will be Lloris as well, actually. Bold. Because obviously the least concedes doesn't have to be the most clean sheets.
I think we know who I've got.
Have you got Alisson as well?
I've got Alisson.
Wow.
I've got Alisson.
Wow.
I've got Alisson.
Okay. Mm-hmm. We'll save the players of the seasons. Who's going to have their breakout year?
Breakout year for me.
Who's going to be the breakout star? So the player that bursts the best onto the top level.
I think the one that's going to get noticed the most, and he looks great, and I don't know why he's not given a chance to now, is Saliba.
Wow.
Arsenal.
Hard for a centre back.
He's done really well. Yeah, I think he's done really well out on loan. He's got young French player here. I think he's going to come over, and I think he's gonna really stable up that Arsenal defence a bit.
You reckon he's basically a sign-in for them because he's returning from loan. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Phil?
I've got two actually.
I've got two.
I had two.
I couldn't split them, but they are actually both United players.
Okay.
I've gone for Malacia, and also you're not going to be able to see it.
Lissandro Martinez.
Martinez, yeah.
Okay. So mine. Okay. Yeah.
I'll see my other one in a minute.
Both Dutch league players.
I think Malacia will give us assists. I think I like the look of him. I'm more excited about him than I was about Telles, and I think Telles came with a lot of hype as well.
And he's gone now anyway, on loan.
Yeah, he's gone to Sevilla on loan. A young player, nothing to fear.
I'll be honest, I know nothing about him. I'm going to sit here and go, yep. I got nothing clear about him. I don't know who he is. I know who Sandro Martinez is, of course, but...
Yeah, Martinez is a bit more, more of a name.
Yeah. A little bit older, isn't he, as well?
He's got that Yap Stam mentality, and again, I seen that on Sunday at the friendly. I think he's going to do really well. I think this league will suit him.
Good. I'm a United fan for you.
Right?
Good for you. Good for you. Yeah. Good for you. That because that's what you need. You need somebody that's going to sort of bolster up that defence.
Yeah. Because it's not looked the best, has it?
No.
It's him and Maguire starting on Sunday as well.
Okay.
So
be nice to see if Iran can actually get going as well.
Yeah,
to be fair.
Injuries in it. Yeah.
My breakouts, I will mention. So my breakout, sort of to the top level, I'm talking, is Spence from that's at Tottenham now. Really liked him at Forest last season on loan, right back. So he is going to do a Micah Richards and he's going to burst onto the scenes. I don't know if you've ever seen Micah Richards quoting that himself. I love Micah Richards. He's probably my favourite pundit. I can't knock the guy. I fucking love him. He's so infectious.
You've got him and Keane, and then you've got Carragher and Neville. It's the great act.
I don't really like Keane, but I actually prefer Keane and Richards. Yeah.
I've just noticed our 3 breakout stars. What position was yours, Phil?
Both defenders.
Yes, we've all got defence.
All 3 defenders.
One of mine isn't though, so I add another one that I'm like, it depends whether he gets the loan or if he stays at City. If he stays at City and he gets the game time, will be Cole Palmer. Is going to be the breakout star. I really rate that kid. That kid has got. I don't know. There's something about him. There's something. Not level of Foden level, but there's something about him.
There's someone I was looking at, and I'm a massive fan. He excites me every time I see him. But I don't think he's going to get the game time to get young player or anything like that. But it's a midfielder for Liverpool.
Harvey Elliott.
I think he's not going to get the game time, but I think when he plays, he is such an exciting player who can do so much. But it means Diaz. He plays the same as Diaz, and Diaz is really going to shine for me.
I think he's going to replace Ox in the team. So he'll play what Ox does, play that centre mid. I think. No, I agree.
I really like Harvey.
This could be his breakout. This could be his breakout to burst onto the top level and sort of be looking at the England squad by the end of the season potentially.
I think a lot of Liverpool fans know who he is. Obviously, Fulham fans know who he is, but I think a lot of other teams will sit up and go, "Who's this kid?" kind of thing.
I'm looking forward to see what Carvalho can do whilst you're on that front as well. Actually, obviously came from Fulham to join us. It could be interesting. Right. Young players of the seasons then, because obviously our breakout stars haven't really. Yeah, they're not. Well, I'm assuming they're not. Who have you got as your young player of the season?
I've gone for Saka. I think he's going to get young player of the year this year.
It's not a bad show.
I think he's going to really shine with that Arsenal front 3, and I think he's going to get it. And it's going to be his big year to step up. Arsenal going to do well. That's going to show as well with Saka.
Fair. Would you like to go first, Phil, or shall I?
No, you go.
Okay. So mine, I've already mentioned him before. Julian Alvarez will be my young player of the season, I reckon. He's come in Haaland shadow. But he's a good player. Fucking great player. And I think he will get young player of the season. I think he will play lots this season. And again, I think that may come down to potentially Haaland picking up a couple of injuries or needing a couple of... Haaland's game is so intense that he does need games off anyway. So
yeah.
That's mine. Julian Alvarez.
I played it safe and just went for Phil Foden.
I was considering Foden.
I think he can't win it. That would make it 3 years in a row, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Would he win it 3 in a bounce?
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if
it doesn't apply to.
Okay. Right. Player of the season. I think these are obviously going to be the world class players. They're not going to be anybody that's not. I'm guessing both of yours are probably going to be Liverpool players.
Mine are. Mine's Liverpool player.
Yours, yeah. I was going to say one of yours had to be if you're going to win the league. Okay. Usually,
I think I'll go with mine. I think it's going to be someone that's really going to shine this year. I'm so excited to see him, and I think he's going to overshine Salah a bit.
I agree.
I think
he will.
Luis Diaz for us.
Yeah, I agree.
He looks hungry.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see him. He's going to be our player of the year, and I think that's going to make him take player of the year.
How old is he?
24, 25?
Oh, you can't. I can't
25?
I forgot about this.
I think he's 25.
No, he wouldn't be a young player. No, I don't think he'd. I don't think he'd qualify.
I think he's 25.
So, Phil, your player of the season?
I'm a bit disappointed in mine now. I actually went for the Son.
You got Son as well. Honestly, not the worst one. Mine's quite standard. I got KDB. I got Man City to win the league. He's obviously their instrumental player. I got KDB. You can't. You struggle to look past him if you've got them win the league.
I did think him, to be fair, but
Yeah.
I wanted to do something different. And
Yeah.
I mean, Tottenham. You said to come in third. Son, top goal scorer. Yeah. I mean, that would line up. That would make sense, and that would perfectly put him as player of the season. Really.
I think he's a little underrated for me as well. I think.
Do you know what? I was there was rumours at one point, right being transfer window, when everyone was on about Salah going, that Son was Liverpool were interested in Son. I would have snapped your hand off for them. For that. If we lose Salah, take Son. I'll snap your hand off that straight away.
Genuinely, I probably would have done as well. Actually,
I think Salah's on the decline, where Son's massively underrated. Which is mad to think that Salah still joint top goal scorer. He's still doing smoke well. But
I mean, I'm not being funny.
Seems...
Salah disappeared at the end of the season.
Yeah,
he was,
and that's mad to think that he finished joint top goal scorer. He still got all the awards, and he still went off the boil for me.
He was shit at the end of the season.
Yeah.
I will say that. He was crap, fully.
That's
crap.
why I think. That's why I think Diaz is going to see that and go, do you know what? I can be Liverpool's main man this year.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. The fact that he hit the ground running as well suggests that probably he can do that. Okay, I mean, apart from the sort of the mid-table waffle, because it is so fucking hard to call.
Yeah.
I think we're kind of there or thereabouts, obviously, with the top six.
There's a couple.
Me and Pete are nearly exactly the same.
I can't believe how close we are.
Yeah, and the fact that we switched that last two, but again, City, Liverpool, they're gonna be close. I know that kills you, Phil.
You know what? Not anymore. No.
What I will say is, I know I've got United down in sixth, but I tell you what, I really, really don't think they're going to be this low again for a long time.
If they keep,
I think they're going up.
If they keep Park, and I agree.
I think they're going up.
My concern is that they'll be like no, and they'll sack it.
No, they can't. They can't. They need to stick with this now. They've got a good manager.
They'll get a whiff that Zidane's available again, and then they'll be like, right, sack the manager and hope we can get Zidane.
They need to stick with him. He's a good manager. They need to stick with him now, and they need to do this rebuild now.
I agree, but congratulations, Man City, on winning the league. We can play that at the end of the season because I'm humble. Or fair play, Pete. We got it right. Well done.
And Phil,
but Phil was just I don't know, best of a bad situation for Phil.
Yeah, I won't acknowledge it.
No, acknowledge me. See, we got a wrestling reference in there after all.
Phil got his best bit when he said that he will do absolutely anything if Liverpool didn't win the league last year, and he got that. So we'll take you up on that at some point as well, Phil.
Yeah, mate.
Is that what I said?
You said I will do absolutely anything. Yeah.
So we got Cardiff coming up. We're off to Cardiff soon with Phil. So we'll find something to do. We'll find something.
Doing enough at Cardiff. No, we'll do it another time.
We'll be making him neck some northern water until he throws up in a plant pot. And on that note, thank you very much, guys. Please go and follow Phil and subscribe to Phil over on Twitch and the YouTubes, please, and show him some love because he fucking deserves it. All right, he fucking deserves it. And thank you very much. Please leave a like, share, subscribe, and we will catch you in the next one.
Enjoy the season.
Bye.